So you've heard fashionistas, but now meet the Budgetnista. Tiffany Aliche is a financial educator focused on empowering people around the globe to make the best money moves. And in a moment when we've all got money on the mind, her advice is more important than ever. Hey, Tiffany, welcome to the show.
Hey, Jackie, thank you for having me.
Oh, thanks for being here. Listen, I would think that now you are pretty busy because with all that's going on in the world, I think with the list of worries that we all have, money for most people is at the top of the list. How are you navigating all of this?
No, absolutely. This has been the busiest I've ever been because people have questions about student loans. They've got questions about their mortgage. People have questions what happens with unemployment. If they don't have a job, how do they continue to help their family and pay for their bills? People are really unsure. The economy and the stock market are not matching. So there's just been a lot of uncertainty and especially financial uncertainty. So I've been busier now than ever.
But, I want to let people know who may not know your story that you speak from experience.
Sure. So one thing I was fortunate to grow up in a household where finances were talked about all the time. My father was a CFO, and until my mid-30s, mid-20s, I was what I call financially perfect. I was doing everything right until I fell victim to a credit card scam that left me $35,000 in debt right before the 2008-2009 recession hit. So then I lost my job. I had this credit card debt, and I just spiraled downward for a few years trying to get my footing financially. And when I did, I promised that I was going to come back and help people. And so I combined me being a school teacher for 10 years and this love of financial education, and I created the Budgetnista.
Now, in terms of spending, for those who can, because a lot of people are at home, and I'm guilty of this, the online shopping, Tiffany. Mm-hmm. So what kind of advice would you give people to keep things in check during this time?
Because online shopping is very tempting. I know the doorbell rings here. I feel like every other day. Create an amount. Like, we're not going to spend more than $25, $50, whatever that is, this week. And once that money is done, so are you. So I want you to spend more consciously. And also too, I've got this theory of the 4 questions you should ask yourself before you spend any money. And those are, do I need it? That comes first. Do I love it? That's second. Or do I like it? Third, do I want it? So I always ask myself before I spend any money, is this a need, Tiffany? Okay, these are bills, yes, I have to pay those. Is this a love? Because what am I really saying about my money? Is it in alignment with how I want to show up? I really want my money to bring maximum joy into my life. Most people will say I need this dress, but it's like, well, if you don't get this dress, will you not be able to eat? Will you not be able to be safe? Will you not have, enough to provide for your family? Not necessarily. It's the likes and the loves that I see people swap, because loves are typically more expensive. Because they bring more joy, they're usually a deeper commitment to that investment. So people don't want to wait the year to save for vacation. They much rather have the fast food right now. And so just being mindful of that.
People are going to hear this interview and they're going to say, you know what? I want to do better. I want to be more financially responsible. Is now, in the midst of a crisis, a good time to really focus on that, on creating better habits?
Absolutely. Now more than ever is a perfect time to create better habits. I know no one likes the B word, but you start with the budget because it is really the foundation for the rest of your financial life. So I like to call my budget my say yes plan. I think people don't like budgets because they think that they're restrictive. No, my budget is there to say yes to me. Now, sometimes budget will say, I'll say, I want to go to Morocco. And my budget might say, yes, if you cut off cable for the next 3 months, because you could put the money toward that. My budget doesn't tell me no. My budget tells me yes, as long as I'm able to make the proper allowances to get the thing that I want. So if we looked at budgets differently, that is truly your say yes plan. Get your budget to say yes.
I love that. Yes, if. I like that. I like
like your budget is like your mom, right? Remember you were a kid and you would say something like, oh, Mom, can I go outside and play with my friend? And she was like, yes, if you do those dishes.
Yep.
If you finish your homework.
Yep. Absolutely. That is definitely, I love that. Well, I want to let people know, for more of Tiffany's great tips and to learn about her books, 5 books and classes, head to thebudgetnista.com. Tiffany, thank you so much.
Thank you so much.